उच्चैस्रवसमस्वानां विद्धि माममृतोद्भवम् ऐरावतं गजेन्द्राणां नराणां च नराधिपम्. So here, as we have been seeing these verses, as there are a lot of connections with Puranas, so we have to go a little slow. So in the last class we saw this verse very carefully, that among all these horses I am Uchchaishravaha. And of course this Uchchaishrava and this elephant called Airavata. So among all the elephants I am called Airavata. So these two became the byproduct of what? Byproduct of the thing called Samudra Manthanam, where they looked for, that is called Amrutam. And that's a Amrutodbhavam. Then later on comes Naranam cha Naradhipam. So the king among all the human beings, among the men. So while discussing now, again comes a beautiful concept that Ayudhanam, okay, we can read. Ayudhanamaham vajram Dhenunam kamadhuk Prajanascha kandarpaha Sarpanam asmi vasukihi. So here brings the point called Ayudhanam aham vajraha iti. So if I look at any weapons, Ayudha means weapon. So among all these weapons, I am Vajra. So Vajra is a peculiar type of weapon that is with Indra. In fact, sometimes colloquially we say the lightning is called Vajra. So in many parts of India we say, because if lightning falls on a person, we call it Vajraghata. In Odia language we say it's called Vajraghata. So the Indra sends this Vajra and Aghata. It is very difficult to get out of it. Means you are finished. So very nicely they talk. And this is, what is this Vajra? And why I am called Vajra? Because there was a demon. I am not going to give details, okay? There are a lot of things, stories. If we talk, this will be really, we'll end up somewhere. So the demon name called Vrutrasura during Tarakasura time. So that combination happened actually. And it was very difficult to defeat him, to kill him. So there was a great Rishi, great Rishi called Dadhichi, who did a lot of penance. In fact, his bone is used or was used to make this weapon, because there it was being communicated very clearly that Tapovalam is much more stronger than Kshatravalam, or you can say any other Valam, which also we have seen in the case of Vasishtha and Vishvamitra. So when Vishvamitra was a king, so he had Kshatra Valam, Shastra Valam. But what Vasishtha did? So when he tried to send one after another weapons, Vasishtha just held Brahmadandam. And finally, all the weapons failed. Then he realized, making the concept, that look, This Kshatravalam or Sastravalam has no value in front of Tapovalam. So now let me go for Tapovalam, Tapas. That is how slowly from Kshatriya, Brahmarshi, Kshatriya, this Vishvamitra became Rajarshi, later on became Brahmarshi. So here, same concept is that when this Vritrasura was not able to be defeated, nobody was able to challenge or kill him. So there is only one point, that if the bone of Dadhichi, who has done lot of penance, and his bone was as strong as possible, that's why out of that bone now this weapon was created, and this weapon is still with Indra. So he says, I am, because wherever this Vajra goes, never fails. That's why I am Vajra among all the weapons. And Dhenunam asmi kamadhuk iti. So if I look at myself again, that among all the cows, among all the dhenus, I am what? I am kamadhuk. So kamadhuk means milking cow, okay, in short. So, dhuk means dogdhin, milking. So kamadhuk, kamam dogdhi iti. We have to look at this way. So how we have to look at how, let us see. Generally, a cow gives milk. But here, kamadhuk, sometimes we join the word kama and dhenu, kamadhenu. Okay? So this is a peculiar type of cow which fulfills all sort of kamas. Kamam dogdhi, not dugdham dogdhi. Because other cows only you go to milk and get the milk. Whereas this cow, you don't have to milk also. There is no putting lot of pressure, nothing. You go and pray. So what you want in the morning? Nothing like getting up to have a cup of coffee. Okay? And that too, whether you want express or latte macchiato, or macchiato latte, whatever you want, okay? Or cappuccino, espresso, you have. So whatever, you just go and pray. Hot coffee comes. What a beautiful way of looking at it. Huh? Suppose still you want to be hangover, to want to continue. Hopefully none of you do it. I want one cup of beer, okay? In the morning again. Okay? Don't do that. However, so whatever you ask for, she gives. It can be food, it can be weapon, it can be anything. In short, all sort of comforts can come. But also moksha can come, but nobody asks for moksha. That's the beautiful point to look at. Because if you try to look at this kamadhenu, called kamadhuk iti, actually our mind intellect complex is called kamadhuk. Let's look at, so we say body mind complex. No, here I am talking about mind intellect complex. So we have to see it little differently. So this mind intellect complex is exactly like kamadhuk. Whatever you ask, this mind intellect complex is able to deliver. Tell me a single thing which this mind intellect cannot deliver, including your frustration. If for frustration you don't have to do anything, okay? So automatically it is delivered. The worst part is you are frustrated. You do not know that you are frustrated. And you think you are right. That's the saddest part of life. Anyway, that's your problem, okay? So keep it, because treasure it nicely, okay? That is better. However, here says that how this Kamadhu can hand over anything and everything. So also the mind can hand over anything and everything, including moksha. But generally nobody asks mind moksha. You want to escape from mind. You want to run away from mind. Can you see this point? It is very rarely a person asks this mind intellect complex that I need moksha. Because in moksha there is no emotion involved. There is knowledge, understanding. That one has to be clear and careful. If not, remember, is everything, this life is waste, again coming life also will be waste. Please don't misunderstand me here. Because one has to be very clear and careful in this regard. That's why me being Kamaduk, I am here Kamadhun, Kamadhenu iti. So I am Kamadhenu among what? Among Kamaduk. So if this is the case, now not only that, aham asmi prajanaha kandarpaha iti. This is a beautiful way of looking at it. So they will say what? So I am Kandarpa. Kandarpa is nothing but Manmatha. So, so I am called here. Kandarpa is a desire. So what sort of desire? I am a productive desire. Let's look at the verse a little bit, twisting, okay? I am twisting this verse carefully. Remember, it says, look, among all the desires or passion, I am productive desire, productive passion. Manamathahiti. If we look at life, we say, this is how I look at. The mind supposed to function in two ways. One is called productive mind, other one is called maintenance mind. Remember, a maintenance mind need not be good in production. But a productive mind must be good in maintenance. This is the success. But generally what people do, they want to develop productive mind without looking at the maintenance part. It is like starting a relationship. There are people very good in starting relationship. Give a gift, buy people, so that you can create a relationship. Because many people think that buying or giving gift, you can, buy relationship. It's a wrong thing to do, okay? Never do that in life. If that happens, you become cheated by yourself. And then you blame everybody. You cry. How? Coming to the point here is, because this is a top management, this is how management course starts from here. That productive mind and maintenance mind, maintenance oriented mind. So, for a common person, especially present day teenager or so-called intellectuals, they give emphasis on productive mind. They want to be achiever. So when they give emphasis on production without taking care of the maintenance part, which is nothing but called foundation, then what happens? Neither your mind is productive, forget about maintenance, your mind collapses. That is called depression, that is called frustration, that is called all your negative aspect of your mind. Is it clear? It's a very simple way to look at mind. Very nicely, yesterday somebody was telling, which is really, I cherished that thought, that's why I must share this thought. While he was talking to a group of people, so I happened to be there, the person said nicely, look, this is called experience talk, very simple but very grand. In you can add milk. Okay, he brought the topic that when we are discussing, let us discuss which is related to that. How? In milk, you can add milk. But if you add yogurt to the milk, what will happen? Definitely, the milk is no more going to be milk. If you add buttermilk, it's not going to work. If you add cheese, remember all are milk product. It's not that separate or different category. All are related to milk product. But milk can take milk. Even if butter, milk cannot take. Some ghee, some amount of ghee, milk can take without getting diluted. That milk property will not get diluted. Can you see this point? So also, this productive mind to maintain its production, it has to be maintained. That means that maintenance mind is in the background. Can you see this point? So without working for maintenance mind, you cannot sustain your productive mind. That's why many people start and stops. That's why when I see a person, you can see for yourself, whether it is taking food, whether you are doing a small ritual, or you are doing your yoga class, because in Vedanta class I don't want to talk too much, okay? If you do anything, you can see in 1 hour time or half an hour time or 20 minutes time, how you start, how you maintain and how you close. That shows your complete personality. So this is something to be understood very carefully. And here is being said that Prajanaschasmi Kandarpaha. So among all the desires, I am productive desire. Can you see this point? So that means when I have a productive mind or I developed a productive mind, also I am what? Having this maintenance oriented mind too. It is like, for example, when you want to be in a topmost position, how is it possible? No, I only know how to order, you understand? Hey, how to order, for that you don't have to be in topmost position. If you want to how to order, you can be the last person, okay? Because forefront. If you want to be backside, you don't have to order. Only you have to take orders. But you have to take order in such a way, but you present as though you are ordering. But in reality, only you take orders. That is called maturity. And moreover, he says, Sarpanam asmi vasuki. So I am Vasuki. So Vasuki is a sarpa. Sarpa means a snake, literal translation. But here we can say, because in the next verse is going to come Naganam. So Naga also called snake. So here the first Sarpa and Naga both are even though called snake. But Sarpa means called poisonous snake. Savisa, Nirvisha. So Vishayana Saha. So there is a Visham. So what is that? The poison. So among all the poisonous snake, I am called Vasuki. And who is that Vasuki? You want to know who is that Vasuki? You have seen. Vasuki is always in the neck of Lord Shiva. So in Vedanta, we highlight Vasuki is called Ahankara. And always Ahankara wants to express. That's why that fellow is near the neck, throat. I want to express. You understand, this is the vocal cord. Aham karomiti, aham karomiti. I do. Me. You understand? And interestingly, with Lord Shiva, this Vasuki is fully controlled. In fact, this Vasuki is alankara, ornament for Lord Shiva. So if you want to really do the decoration of Lord Shiva without Vasuki, it's not complete. Something is missing there. So that's why we get, all this copper Vasuki or silver Vasuki or golden Vasuki. Because without that, it's not complete. So what happens here? Ahankara stands for Vasuki, and Ahankara becomes ornament for a wise person. Whereas same Ahankara becomes poisonous, becomes dangerous if the person does not know how to use that. Is it clear? That's why whenever you see that Vasuki with Lord Shiva, remind, where is my Ahankara? Let me search for it, okay? How? He says, look, I am that Vasuki. Now let us read. Anantaschasmi naganam varuno yadasamaham pitrunam aryama chasmi yama sanyamatamaham. Says that among Nagas, Naganam anantascha asmi iti. Because always there is a conflict between these Vaishnavites and Saivites. And to give due respect, these Vaishnavites are more insecure. I don't know why and how. Because yesterday, in fact, it happened. On the way, when I had been to somewhere, so there was a roadblock unnecessarily. So I had to, talk them. When they didn't listen, then of course I shouted, top of my voice. And once I start shouting, you know what happens. Don't ask me. Then one fellow comes. Swamiji, you should not get angry. I said, why? What happened? No. You are a Swami. How can you get angry? I said, this is the problem. I am not a Swami here. I am just a traveler. When you are talking, did you come and did namaskaram to me? Did you ask me, Swamiji, how are you? Where are you going? How come you are here? You are talking to me as a fellow traveler. No, I am also a Vaishnava. You shows me Namamars, okay? Then I had to say, do you think that I should worship you or wash your feet? Then I had to say, look, because you guys have come for yatra, you are a tourist, spiritual tourist. You can afford to waste your time. I am a regular person, a local person. I have my other thing to do and come back. I cannot afford to wait unnecessarily. Okay, there is a landslide, definitely another things. But purposefully, nobody can block the road, and especially the road people. However, coming back to the point, why I brought this point is here. Already, Lord Krishna highlighted, hey look, I am Vasuki among the snake. Vasuki is connected to whom? Lord Shiva. What about Vaishnavas? Hey, Lord Krishna did not talk about us. That means it's not right. Lord Krishna says, wait. I have to take care of you. Okay, this is my interpretation. Okay, it's not truth. Let me be very honest. So, what is that? He says, look, Asmicha Anantaha Naganam. I am Ananta among the Nagas, among the snakes, non-poisonous snakes. So who is Ananta? We say Ananta Naga, Sheshanaga iti. Very nice also Vedantic standpoint also we can look at. So Ananta Naga or Sheshanaga, that Puja Swami used to say, the first spring coil, spring mattress was used by Lord Vishnu. This mattress concept that to spring coil, okay, coil-based mattress was used by Lord Vishnu first. So the snake is in a coil format and Lord Vishnu enjoys. And remember, snake is very cold. We say cold-blooded. Snake is supposed to be cold. Nothing like, what a beautiful. Lord Vishnu knows how to enjoy his life, okay? And not only he takes care, remember, like yesterday it has happened, yesterday or day before yesterday happened? I think day before yesterday it happened. One of the crocodile that left the body, and definitely that crocodile was a great Mahatma. Some Jati Smara, there is no doubt in it. 70 years, at the age of 70 years passed away. Did not have any non-veg, always vegetarian. And the best part was that this crocodile used to have only prasadam 2 times and priest can feed. And whole 70 years has never hurt anybody, even though people have gone to use the tank, everything. And sometimes once in a while comes to the temple premises. He was part of temple. So must be really in previous life some Mahatma, some curse must be there, 100%, some curse. That's why lived the life of a very saintly. However, so coming to the point here, that Lord Vishnu, because that also this crocodile happens to be the Lord Vishnu's temple, okay, tank, that's why, in Kerala. Here, I am Anantaha Nagana. Then comes Aham Varunaha iti Yadasham. So Yadasa means we have deities related to water. That's why we look at everything very carefully. We never look at water as just mere water. For example, when we do Kalasasthapana or when we go for water to fetch water from river, even if we go to the pond, local pond, because the rule is, please understand, that water can be used for puja purpose. If the water is connected to the earth. That's why many Orthodox Brahmins, especially South Indians, when they do Sandhya Vandanam, and when especially I have seen also few cases, from the village when they come to Chennai to see their children, sometimes they don't come to see children and grandchildren, okay? They go crazy. How to do Sandhya Vandana with the tap water? This is a big question mark for them. So they will expect there should be a well. Even if many of them, I have noticed, bore well water they cannot use. Even though bore well water is connected to earth, they cannot, they will not. Do you know why? Because in bore well, even though in India we do partially, little bit, not completely, because in bore well we don't invoke the deity, Varuna Devata. Whereas in well, we invoke Varuna Devata. And unless and until Varuna Devata is being invoked, that water cannot be used for any sort of purification. That's why when we do Kalasha Sthapana, before doing any sort of purification, in Kalasha Sthapana, Varuna will be Varuna and also Saparivara Sameta, along with the family will be invoked. And with that water, we do sprinkle and purify everything. And he says, look, among all these water devatas, I am Varuna. Can you see this point? And of course, goes further and says that Pitrunam Aryama cha asmi iti. So I am someone among Pitrus. So Pitrus means among forefathers. So who are the forefathers? They are also demigods, okay? They have got their own colony in heaven, okay? So especially if you come to Chennai, I see a lot of good examples, okay? In Chennai we have this government quarters called, LIG, MIG, HIG. So LIG means low income groups. MIG, middle income groups. HIG, high income groups. We have got really, it's very nice to see, okay? All the government quarters, okay? So they will say, in which quarter, LIG, HIG or MIG? So based on that, who you are is being understood, okay? How these colonies are being created, so also in heaven we have colonies. So Aryama is nothing but head of the Pitrus. That's why any Shraddha we do. Whenever we do this Shraddha, all the Shraddha offerings, oblations goes to Aryama first. And Aryama takes care to distribute or to the right person, right jiva. That's why Aryama comes. And in this verse, Yamaha Sayamatam Aham. So here, I am Yama. So among what? Yamaha, when he says, I am death. Among Sayamatam, among all sort of controlling factors. Sayama also among all the discipline. Because remember, we say very nicely, if you do not go through discipline, you need to be controlled. There is no other choice. This is what our system and modern system also tries to imitate, not follow, imitate. A person who does not follow the discipline is being given ticket, punishment. Suppose you do not follow that ticket, you disrespect the ticket. Suppose let us say traffic road, for example's sake I am saying it. Ticket. If the ticket is not being given, is not being respected, then what happens? There will be a case. If that is not being solved, addressed properly, then what will happen? Will you be in the jail or not? So being in the jail, what does it mean? You are under control. You are monitored. Can you see this point? So that means if I do not go through discipline, I am forced to be controlled. That's why whoever says that I am being controlled, that means that person is not willing to go through discipline. Most indisciplined person complains about control. In reality, there is nothing control. Only indisciplined person start complaining about control, the word control. So he says, I am Yamaha, the one who is the ultimate controller. Because when you don't follow discipline, don't worry, he is going to take care of you. At least he will take care of you in such a way that other will be very happy from you. Few days cry, after that, fantastic. More of it, we'll say. Please. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.